President Trump opening his contentious meeting on wall funding with Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer to the public. The president telling Schumer he would own a government shutdown if that's what it took to get his wall.
The last time, Chuck, you shut it down.
No.
And then you opened it up very
times.
quickly. And
20 times.
I don't want to do what you did.
20 times
Chuck,
you have called for, I will shut down the government if I don't get my wall. None of us have said.
You want to know something?
You've said it.
Okay, you want to put that on my...
You said it.
I'll take it.
Okay, good.
You know what I'll say? Yes. If we don't get what we want, one way or the other, whether it's through you, through a military, through anything you want to call, I will shut down the government.
Okay,
absolutely.
fair enough.
And I am proud, and I'll tell you what,
disagree.
I am proud to shut down the government for border security, Chuck.
A lot going on right there, particularly with the body language. So expert Tonya Reiman is here to help us out. Hey, Tonya.
Hi, how are you?
Very good. All right, let's take a look and slow this down of this interaction between Crying Chuck and the president. All right, what are we seeing here?
Okay, so obviously we know President Trump loves to use his hands, and he uses them to frame his words. So when you're watching him, okay, here's the interesting thing. You see how he just adjusted his jacket?
Yes.
This is the one time that you see him get nervous. When he adjusts his jacket, that's his little bit of discomfort coming through. But here comes the New York. Okay, so he leans forward, gets closer to Schumer, and then the only other pacifying gesture he does is he holds his hand like this. So when you hold your hand like this and you see Schumer's doing the same thing, this is something that builds comfort, and it also puts a blockage between the two of us.
It's like a soothing.
Right. Not only that.
What's he doing here? Now he's, with the finger.
That's you and Nancy, right? And then again, the stop sign. This is what he's famous for. Like, it's not your turn to talk, it's my turn to talk. Listen to what I'm saying. So a lot's been made also about Schumer with his posture. He's a slouch to begin with. He just has terrible posture. When he got serious, though, he lifted himself back up. And then went right back into that position. I love the fact that Trump was so into, like, getting into his face.
He's right up in Chuck's face.
There was
now,
no doubt.
also, there was some interesting kind of go between Nancy Pelosi and the president. Let's watch that.
You know, Nancy's in a situation where it's not easy for her to talk right now, and I understand that, and I fully understand that. We're going to have a good discussion, and we're going to see what happens. But we have to have border security.
Mr. President, please don't characterize the strength that I bring to this meeting as the leader of the House Democrats who just won a big victory.
Elections have consequences, Mr. President.
Let me just say.
That's right, and that's why the country is doing so well.
All right, so the president starts off, and let's look at what he's doing here. He starts off kind of talking for Nancy.
Okay, look at the steeple.
Yes, what is the steeple when the president does that?
This is his go-to position, but a steeple is typically considered to be one of power. So this is his go-to posture.
Got it.
What was interesting is you see Nancy, she gets very offended, and she don't speak for me. This is no matter you like her or dislike her, she is not afraid of Trump.
She's doing a lot of aggressive hand motions.
She is not afraid. She's like, don't speak for me. She came in to have a meeting and gets frustrated because you see Schumer looking at everybody who's in the crowd. You see Trump talking to the crowd, and Pence just sitting there. So Pelosi is getting annoyed because she's like, I want to have a dialogue. And that's when she starts to turn around and talk to other people.
Okay, let's look at Pence here. I mean, what is Pence doing the whole time, just like this? What is that? I mean, he's just like, get me out of here.
Here's the interesting thing. If you watch him, not only did he lean back in his chair, which is a distancing thing. We do that. We want.
So he doesn't want any part of this.
Right. But not only that, he also sways back and forth depending who he agrees with at any given moment.
He might be agreeing with Nancy?
He might just not be agreeing with Trump. There's a difference. Doesn't mean he's agreeing with Nancy. It means
interesting.
And if you watch him, he does fidget. The foot will start to jazz occasionally.
Jazz foot.
Yeah, and he does not hold eye contact really with anyone. He does what's called an extended eye closure quite often, and that's his way of, like, shutting this out because he truly does not want to be there, and it's quite evident.
All right. Tonya Reiman, everybody, thank you very much.
Thank you.